Let's keep it pushing. I know we're up against it. I got to talk this out. PSG mops the floor with Inter. 5-0. I'm over here on both teams to score. I digress. I got to talk this out, and Pete, feel free to hop in. You're a big soccer guy. I tried to get a comp. I still haven't got one. But the idea that not even 2 full seasons ago, it was Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi, which put that in NBA terms on PSG. They win nothing. Then we're talking about what? Dembele maybe being the best offensive dude for them, but no stars to the degree of those 3. Yeah. And they run through Champions League. Dude. They had a remarkable season, sun up to sundown, and I'm a little upset at Barca because I thought that was the finals we should have got. Neither here nor there. 5-0, Sean. You're a huge football guy. Just talk to me. We go in the summer. There's a couple of talking points, but I'd be remiss to not bring up PSG first.
Marquinhos. What's the winger's name? Kalaslavia?
Yeah, it's a tough one. But Donnarumma was
Kvaratskhelia. He's from Georgia.
Kvaratskhelia, yeah. He's on Napoli. Napoli had a whip.
Napoli had a...
They had... when they won that first title.
Yeah. They're still partying.
Say his name one more time. I don't know why I can't get it.
Kvaratskhelia.
I think that's right.
Well, our old graphics guy, Raph, was a huge Napoli fan.
Incredible.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
Star. Doué, young star. And by the way, a lot of these dudes are French. The French World Cup squad is going to be unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Dembele might win the Ballon d'Or. Then you have, what was the goalie's name again?
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma's been the best goalie in the competition.
100%.
What's the I'm not a big PSG guy, so the midfielder
Zaire Emery or
Emery's good,
and Vitinha is also there.
Vitinha, I believe, was like an old Wolverhampton dude at one point in his career. They have a whip, and Luis Enrique might be the best manager on the planet right now. So Clinic, Hakimi, doing whatever he wanted, playing fullback. Clinic, man.
Shout out Morocco.
They were really, really good. Luis Enrique said Dembele is the best two-way when it comes to like pressing the football and playing defense. It was essentially what he tried to get Mbappe to do. And Mbappe wasn't interested because he was always...
Is there anyone down more than Kylian Mbappe right now? Can't get it done for Real?
Yeah, no league title, no Champions League in year 1, but it's also year 1.
I mean, you think he's got a little FOMO over here?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he feels the type of way that they got it done without him.
The other thing I want to bring up, since we're talking soccer offseason, is like Liverpool, they lose Klopp, and you know the sport. The managers at times are stars themselves. Klopp was a certified star. So obviously he had the Pep, titles galore, and they had some injuries and all that, so maybe City lost it. But Liverpool, it's just fascinating. You look at PSG, they lose 3. On-field stars, they win. Liverpool loses their manager, and they win the most decorated competitive league, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, 84 points.
The beautiful game.
They won the Premier League with, and I think since 2000, it's been 84 points or less only 3 times. So it was a really good opportunity for like Arsenal and other guys to come and compete and win the title with Klopp leaving. That's why that stings. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
90-plus points you're going to always need to probably win the title, and 84 was a really big opportunity to make that happen. But, yeah, man, Inter Milan offensively couldn't deal with the pace and the pressure and just had no answers for what PSG was going to do. Probably one of the bigger missed opportunities on the betting side that I've had in a while.
PSG.
Yeah.
They're just staring at us.
I was shocked, too, because Inter played such a good semifinal, 2 legs against Barcelona. And they looked
brilliant.
I think it shows how bad Barca's defense was.
That's a good point.
In totality, by the way.
Has to be.
For them to let them get back in the game on multiple different fronts is absurd.
Ridiculous.
And yeah, PSG, multiple weeks to prepare, almost a full month, and you come out like that in a final and get dusted like that, PSG, head and shoulders the better squad.
Anything to add before we get into NFL here, Pete?
Just a little history note. That PSG was the biggest in the last 15 years. They're the biggest or longest odds pre-tournament to win the UCL. They're tied with Chelsea in the pandemic one.
I know one of you guys said PSG early on campus.
And by the way,
Might have been you, Pete.
I believe in Luis Enrique, but no way did I think they were gonna
maybe it
go
was
on
you,
that
man.
run. They had a tough road.
I feel like you had the inkling.
In the new Champions League format, they were in a spot where they weren't even going to make the knockout stage. They were down 2-0 to Man City
Oh, that is a very good thought.
in like the 60th minute and came back and won 4-2 against City.
Wouldn't have even got here.
Look up the knockout round stage, but they were in a real spot where they weren't even going to make the knockout stage, end up coming back and scoring 4 second-half goals against Man City to keep themselves alive, and then they end up making a run.
Incredible.
So,
Wow.
was that the knockout stage, or was that...
That was late in the
Late in
league
the
phase.
group?
Yeah,
whatever
late
you
in the
call
group
it.
stage.
yeah, but you're exactly right.
Yeah, they were dead, and then they end up coming back scoring 4 second-half goals
Incredible.
against Manchester City and come back and win the whole tournament. So, man, when you get hot in the right time, like, for example, Spain in the Euros weren't the best team, but, man, for that tournament, they looked like it. They were so cohesive and so good that they end up winning the tournament, and that's exactly what happened with PSG.
Dembele should 100% win Ballon d'Or also. There's not really Barca had a bunch of guys contribute. They're not going to give it to Lamine Yamal.
Did you hear what Lamine Yamal said? Did you hear what he said?
What did Yamal
They
say?
play Spain and France play, I think, or Barca and PSG play in like maybe Club World Cup
Oh, yeah.
or something like that. And they asked him about Ballon d'Or, and Lamine Yamal said, "How about we just play for the Ballon d'Or on Tuesday? Winner gets it, or something like that." This kid
I
is,
love that.
dude. This kid
He's
is,
the next Coleman.
dude. This kid is unbelievable.
He's
I-
unbelievable.
I love getting to bet on a 17-year-old early, too. Like, for the next 10 years, we can bet on this kid to score and Barca to win.
Unbelievable.
And it's not going to be good odds for a couple more years at least.
Yeah,
Switching from football to football, minicamp excitement. Let's start with your Bears. When is it too early in this summer? We're now in June here. You got any tickets already slipped?
I already printed. I've never, ever this early printed a slip.
Bears make playoffs?
No, I'm
all in on your boys.
I already printed Caleb Williams over 3,550 and a half pass yards. I think that is one of the most absurd numbers I have ever seen.
Wow.
Last year, in a completely dust, non-functional, 2 offensive coordinator offense, he threw for like 34,
It was 35-41. I just was pulling it up.
41.
So that's,
Got
you said
Benny J.
35-50, right?
I got 35-50 and a half for pass yards. With Ben Johnson coming in, I think that is a free number. I am outdone, shocked by that number. You would think there was more. How many quarterbacks you think threw for 4,000 yards last year?
Less than 10. I'm going to say 4.
No, I believe it was 6.
Okay.
I was doing my research for that before I placed
Yeah,
this
it was
bet.
6.
It was 6. Can you name all 6?
Goff?
Yeah.
Stroud?
Stroud is in there, I believe.
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is not in there.
Whoa.
No, Stroud was not actually
Okay.
either.
So
Geno Smith?
I hope you out. Yeah,
Yes,
Geno's in
Geno.
there. Yeah, of course. Tell me where I'm wrong here, Pete.
Don't tell me Trevor Lawrence.
It's Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield,
Love it.
Goff,
Staff? Nice
Lamar
staff.
Jackson, Stafford, and Geno.
Not Stafford. Sam Darnold was the
Sam
one you
Darnold,
missed.
yeah,
But
that's-
Stafford
I
was
should've-
just below, yeah.
I should have known that. So read the
Wow.
6.
So it's Joe Burrow. This is in order from 1 to 6. Burrow, Goff, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, and Lamar Jackson. And then guys that didn't included, the MVP.
Mahomes, Allen, so 4,000 is a big number.
Yeah.
I believe they're going to throw. First of all, he goes out and drafts a tight end with the number, I think, 12 pick. It was
10.
for the Bears, 10. And our boy from Michigan, what's his name?
Colston Loveland.
Goes and gets a.
It's a great Bears name.
It's going to be pass first all night long. And he can really sling it, in my opinion. He's going to be put in so many better positions. He's never going to have to run the ball.
Oh, I love it.
I would be shocked if Ben Johnson ran him designed. It'd be very infrequent.
Yeah.
I think he throws for 3,800 plus, no problem.
So you're already
In this
excited.
new
I
Ben
love it.
Johnson offense. So that gives you my
Any other slips you're flirting with or anything on the futures board?
I haven't even really looked, but I will say I think there's a lot of opportunity right now if you look at the board this early in the season. You're going to have to fade injuries. It's a risk. There's no doubt about it. I actually booked that with a friend of mine, so it's null and void if he gets injured prior to week 1. So if he starts week 1, I love that spot for
your boy Purdy got paid. Any thoughts on the Niners? They have a cupcake schedule
and earned every dollar.
Yeah, you're a Purdy backer.
Brock Purdy earned every dollar of that contract. Salute to him. So that's the only slip I have. Over 50 and a half pass yards for Caleb Williams. Let me ask you this. What do you think? I'm on record on MSGPM. I want to talk about the Jets really quick, and then we'll talk about Aaron Rodgers. I think the Jets should run Justin Fields straight into the ground. I think he should get 150 plus carries, like he did with the Bears when he was the most impactful he's been as a pro.
I still believe in Justin Fields.
I would run Justin Fields like.
Do you believe in him on the Jets?
Like a college quarterback.
Yeah. If that's the case, do you think he can win 9 or 10 games and sneak into the 7th wild card slot?
Sure.
So do I.
I just don't think you should try to morph him in. If it shortens his shelf life as an NFL quarterback, I think that's part of it. But I think you get the most out of him is if you run him a lot.
Well, I'll ask you a question. My boy asked me on radio yesterday. What do you think last offseason, Saquon clearly was the biggest acquisition. I don't know if it's the offseason of the running back this year, but we've had some big moves, Fields being one of them.
Yeah.
You have any quick off the thought players that basically are on new rosters that can make an immediate impact, take a non-playoff team to the playoffs, take a team in the playoffs? Debo on the Commanders, can he up that? Is there a favorite clear team that maybe the market in Vegas doesn't catch up to? My answer was Fields. I think Fields is a guy that can shock the world.
I also think the AFC East is going to be kind of weak.
That's a fair take.
Like I think the Dolphins are going to be weak. I think the Patriots are going to be weak. If you want I don't even know the numbers. Go ahead and bet all Stephon Diggs unders.
He's not going to be on the roster, bro.
Hey man, he's going to have to be on the roster because of the money. Go ahead and bet all Stephon Diggs unders. He's dating a superstar. I'm serious. He's dating a superstar in Cardi B. He's missing workouts.
100%.
They have a new coach.
Defensive coach.
And Vrabel, who's a defensive guy.
Remember A.J. Brown in that system.
I don't think they're going to be opening it up whatsoever. I could see him putting up a massive stinker. And
I love that.
and he's coming off an ACL, by the way. I don't see him battling through any injuries. If there's a guy I'm on full fade mode for, it is Stephon Diggs.
I got one more for you on offseason. I think this Aaron Rodgers, not to get exhausted about it, but the Steelers thing, this is a real fascinating conundrum.
Let's talk about that.
Because the Pittsburgh punts on 2 quarterbacks that can at least win you and keep the Mike Tomlin streak alive above 500.
I don't care about that.
Okay. But they go out and they get Rudolph and Will Howard. When you had Fields and Russ, that's not better.
No.
And now you got Bradshaw dropping ridiculous, whether it was clickbait or not, go eat bark lines on Pittsburgh radio. Direct shot at Rodgers. Stay in California. Don't come here. Plus the Cam Hayward thing. We don't need to sell you on. We're Pittsburgh. The reality is they have not had an answer since Big Ben.
All that could be nice until he showed up at camp and they'd welcome him with open arms.
What do you? My question is, what do you think he does? And do we back Pittsburgh before he makes a decision?
The Steelers messed up and they didn't, or I don't know what's happening behind the lines, but I think you should have given him a timeline or a deadline in public. Say, hey, look, I mean, come out and tell everybody. It's clear as day we want Aaron Rodgers as our quarterback for the foreseeable. You could even throw the foreseeable future in there if you want. You guys have to say this year. You could throw in the BS for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
We want A-Rod to be the face of our franchise and run the team and be the quarterback that brings a title to the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can PR it to death. But we have to move on. We need a decision, or we're going to have to move on as a franchise by...
Like, would the date have been by now?
Yes, it would have been by now.
Yeah.
Like, the date of OTAs, mandatory OTAs, day one.
Right.
If we don't have brother, they got eliminated from the playoffs. When?
I mean, they got dusted out by the Ravens 2 weeks in a row.
That
I
was
think, right?
in December?
Yeah. Yeah.
January? It's June. So when it really started to pick up steam in like February or March, here you have March, April, May to decide what you want to do. And if that's not on your timeline, no problem. You just won't be the quarterback here, and you could go somewhere else. That's where they messed up. They've essentially just given him runway to it sounds like he can announce a couple weeks before week one.
And you know him well, being in the division for so many years. He is an interesting fellow.
He just did this. He just did this exact thing last year. He did this already.
Yeah, he's not coming anytime soon.
He just did this prior to going to the Jets.
Who has the hand right now? Probably Aaron Rodgers.
Clearly Rodgers does. You just named their quarterbacks are Will Howard
and Mason
and
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph, who hit a guy in the head with a helmet. That's what he's known about.
Facts.
So
round 2 with him too.
So yeah, they're in a really tough spot because now it seems like they either.
What point is Tomlin going to get some heat?
Honestly, even more realistic date would have been prior to the draft.
Oh, so you can save that Will Howard pick for something else.
Yes. Or like, what are we going to do?
Get him aligned.
Right? So.
I think it's the biggest offseason story right now. It's exhausting because it's Aaron Rodgers and we talk about it all the time. But the Pittsburgh Steelers element, I've never seen this team. They're so buttoned up and they're so excellent at retaining assets. And they just let 2 quarterbacks go. Like, I can't believe Fields had no shot. Are you a little shocked by that?
Remember when I said a couple years ago they should have traded TJ Watt?
Yeah.
Go
pull up that take.
I still think that was the right move back then.
People will still give you flack for that, and that was a hard thing to say at the time.
But
and
like
now here we are.
Like you probably could you trade him now. Like reset.
If you don't have a quarterback,
you don't have anything.
Correct.
Period. So
everybody in their division.
Trade him to the Bears for Tyson Bagent. I'd love it.
Yeah,
I'd
they would
love
never
it.
do that, but I would love that.
I mean, yeah, that's Madden where you're like
Madden right there.
But yeah, man, like they've given him too much leverage, and he just is gonna max it out.
Final thoughts. You're in summer attire like a gentleman.
Yeah, I'm hot.
Give me something else you're looking forward to this summer, sports wise, anything, and we'll jam out of here. I got a San Diego plug for you. Del Mar Races.
Ooh.
Come on down to Old Grand Del Mar. There's a song too, Bing Crosby. Everyone's welcome. Monaco Hotel, which is my house.
I love the track.
Yeah, you went there. You did the was Breeders'
Like
Cup?
as an old man.
You'll be there.
First of all, I really need to take up golfing.
Yeah, you do.
I really hate it. But like that's the thing you do when you're old. You can still play it, and you go out
You
and
have
get exercise.
you have patience though, you know. You have patience.
But not for stuff that I don't enjoy.
Oh, all right.
I don't really like. Maybe I'm just not good enough. But like you know how like people say like you hit one good shot and I'm hooked for like another month. It's like I don't get that feeling from golf.
You're
I'm
also
not
a
big
high
golf-
school quarterback. It's in your blood.
Yeah,
There's no quarterbacks that are bad at
But
golf.
like as an old man, not my grandfather, but like, what would be he was like a grandfather to me. I hung out with him all the time. He actually just passed recently, 98. He was a man. And my grandmother's sister's husband, what's that to me? Anything?
No.
Nothing, right? Like he's
I mean,
married.
it's family.
Yeah,
But
he's family. He's
yeah.
married into the family, but like he was my guy.
Yeah.
The last like 30 years, he retired. No 25, 26 years in a row. Got up,
Golf.
went to the golf course, would then go sit in like the hot tub or the sauna, go play cards, and then be back home to like watch the game.
That's
all.
a day.
That's all he did every single day.
Do you aspire for that? That's a heck
Dude,
of a retired
It was
day.
awesome. He would go play 18 like super early.
Done by like noon.
He would get up, done by noon. He'd go to the gym to like sit in this like hot tub.
Smart.
He'd go play cards for like 4 or 5 hours, and he'd be home for dinner. He'd hang out with his wife and watch the game. Then he'd be sleeping by like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
It's a sweat-free way to get out of the household. Pretty big Saturday Will Ferrell old school line. Going to Bed
like,
Bath & Beyond, Home
dude,
Depot.
if I had to guess,
I got 18 with the boys.
5
Sorry.
days a week. That's what he did.
Hop in with golf, man.
So if I don't take up golf, my golf hours will have to be the horse track. So I'll just gamble the entire day.
I know. Yeah, we need you breaking that up. A little golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on down. I'm fired up for baseball, of course, and nothing but sunshine and all things NFL.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
take
great
a
time.
load off.
Juice Bar Season 2. Much love to the staff, the
Yeah.
squad. Always a
doubt.
pleasure, and we will be back.
See you when we see you.
See you when we see you.
Juice Bar MSG Network. If you want the realness, the straight takes, come hang out with us. We go through everything from narratives to actual gameplay to breaking down numbers in the betting market. Alex Monaco, Sean Little, come hang out with us. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can get the Juice Bar.